Frustrated because you don't know how to increase your monthly income? Are you tired of having too much month left at the end of your paycheck? Imagine if you could. Release the fear and anxiety of never having enough. Live the life of your dreams, having fulfilled your life's purpose. Shower your loved ones, church or charity with the financial support they need, just because you can. People from all walks of life are turning to performance coaching to improve their lives and business success. You simply cannot do it on your own. Just as a sports team or chess champion needs a coach to stand by and believe in them, so do you, if you want to become the champion of your life. Paradigm Life Coaching is ready to guide and support you in realizing your wildest dreams and desires. We provide the tools and guidance you need to improve your results and income easily and effortlessly. Whether you are an entrepreneur, a sales manager, a dentist, a college student, or a lonely housewife, we can help you unleash the hero within. It's time to reinvent yourself. ParadigmLifeCoaching.net.
So you jumped into the business opportunity, boots and all. You got super excited about earning loads of money and living your dream. You did as the guru suggested, but clearly this strategy is not working for you. You feel incompetent, stuck, disillusioned, and overwhelmed. You are getting anxious as time is running out fast. I see you. I learned you need to shift your identity before expecting different results. Indecision and procrastination are twin brothers, and they go hand in hand. Wherever you spot procrastination, you also see the habit of indecision. What you've got to realize is that indecision is a decision in itself. This I know. It's not a lack of skill or talent that stops you from having it all. It's only an undesirable money mindset and lack of the right mindset strategies that hold the key to your success. Network marketing and business opportunities all contain a mindset module, so you believe your mindset is covered, right? However, you are struggling. You are stuck. While you are spinning your wheels, time is running out. Your upline seems to have cracked the code, but you are losing and are super frustrated. I see you. You better give yourself a fresh checkup from the neck up. There's no secret code to crack. You need an identity shift, period. And I can help you. So many of us watch others succeed and live their dreams, while we remain on the sideline, yearning, hoping, wishing we could have what they have. The truth is, you can. How to get closure after your relationship ends. Closure usually happens on your own. You can process your feelings by journaling, talking with people you love, and even working with a relationship professional. In addition, you could write closure letters to each other no later than 2 weeks after the breakup. However, note that you should never leave the relationship open-ended, as it hinders ex-partners from moving on. Also, immediately get yourself on a mindset program to rebuild, restore, and even reinvent yourself. You do not want to take the patterns of this relationship into the next. You've got this. It's impossible to succeed if you keep doing what you always did. You will not succeed if you keep thinking the thoughts you always thought, or if you keep doing what you always did. Einstein called that the definition of insanity. Let's get you out of the rut.
You are very powerful. You have the power to create whatever you desire and the power to transform your world one thought, feeling and action at a time. You can rise from the ashes if you only permit yourself to do so. Sadly, many of us do not believe in our strength, are afraid of our power, or suppress it because we are scared it would smother others. But the world needs you. It's time to shine. I dare you, take courage, shake your sadness off and step into the life you are meant to live. Comment me below if you are ready to create, nurture and transform.
Here are my 5 tips on how to be confident in any situation. Get clear on your purpose. Know precisely why you are here. 2. Stay in your lane. Know what you are good at and commit to getting even better at it. 3. Never compare yourself with others. You must fill a place that no one else can fill but you. 4. Take action. The less time you have to doubt about what you are doing, the more confident you will be. 5. Dress how you want to feel. Groom yourself well and know you are at your best at all times. You got this. Ever feel sad looking at your image in the mirror? Do you sometimes for a moment sympathize with the person in the image, the one riddled with disappointment, fear, self-doubt, and failure after giving it your all? I see you. You can revive your business and make it soar. You got to stop thinking from your results and start thinking into results. Huge difference. I was blessed enough to escape a life of abuse, of being the odd one out, of not being taken seriously many years ago. But I still recall how challenging it was and how much opposition I encountered while doing so. Do you know how I managed to get out of the clutches of relationships and circumstances that kept me down for years? I began thinking and behaving in a very specific way so I could get out of it. Want to do the same? Ask me how. That's true. I often get messages from people who feel stuck in a rut they have no idea how to escape from. What works well in a moment of hopelessness is to use your imagination to imagine a life free from the rut. If you can hold onto that image for a while, a bridge of incidents will lead you to a better place. Order is heaven's first law. We got to learn to respect this order and work with heaven's first law when we hope to create a business or a life that leaves a legacy. We are spiritual beings living in a physical body with an intellect. You got to get the order right. Getting caught up in the physical mechanics could well mean your downfall if you do not cooperate with the larger part of who you really are first. Someone asked me what an income paradigm is. It's a collection of other people's ideas, opinions, and habits about money that were imprinted upon you as a child. You can change those imprinted opinions, ideas, and habits anytime. And once you alter some of those, you will see a massive shift in your ability to earn money. We gotta live our lives from the heart and from a place of faith. It is said that faith stands for finding answers in the heart. Living heart-centered means we are aware of what we desire in life. We know our value and we know how to take responsibility for ourselves and our emotions, and we make decisions that honor our wants, values, and beliefs. Are you living by faith? We can never receive what we never gave. We reap what we sow. It's a law. Try working with the law and watch what happens. Remember, if you want to reap carrots, you gotta plant carrots. It's that simple. How to overcome discouragement, passivity, and overthinking. Could this be happening to you? Are you battling with overthinking and passivity? Are you already failing at the start? If you have loads of brilliant ideas but are too afraid to implement them, stay tuned. You are built for action. You may think of yourself as a passive onlooker as you witness others live their dream, take calculated risks, and grow in leaps and bounds. But you were not born to be passive. You were born for action. Hi there, I am Alta Nel. I believe in a world where people have the right to live a life they love, enjoy the freedom to love what they do, and embrace their right to love who they are. I help people heal their past, embrace their present, and create their future. From before your birth, you were active. You had big plans. You were eager to develop, grow, and start your life. I remember how active each of my 3 kids was when I expected them. They were moving about and kicking and stretching. They were excited to be born. Under normal circumstances, you would have been the same. After birth, you kept your parents awake at night. Well, mine certainly did. They kept me awake for hours. They did not cry a lot. They were not really cranky at all. They only enjoyed being active. They used every waking moment to play and embrace life. As a baby, you were goal-driven. You knew what you wanted, whether it was milk, a dry nappy, or a cuddle. Around the age of 6 months, your goal was to sit. Within the following 3 months, you aimed to crawl. And another 3 months after, your goal was to walk. Man, you meant business with life. You wanted to get going. Think about it. Unless your development was a tad slower than your peers, you did not suffer from passivity. You responded to your innate determination to get things done. A few years down the line, a school probably throttled your free-spirited determination. You were most likely not allowed to set your own goals anymore and were certainly not allowed to follow your heart. They expected you to fall in line and conform and suppress your will to stay out of trouble. You quickly realized that you had to complete elementary school, secondary school, and college as fast as you possibly can if you ever want to be free again. So you did everything that you could to get the job done. Do you get it? Every time dissatisfaction and frustration with the status quo crept in, it spurred you to grow and reach greater heights. You've been doing this without thinking since before you were born. You used to be an active goal setter and goal getter, whether you were aware of it or not. The question is, why are you overthinking stuff now? Why have you become the passive bystander? You see, you think you have lost your innate ability to start something new, but you haven't. The desire that caused you to grow is still inside of you. The desire to be more, do more, and have more may be suppressed, but you will find it if you dare to look for it. You may hesitate to act, overthink stuff, and passively resist all risk, but it is not your true nature to do so. I remember how I had to overcome passivity, overthinking, and discouragement myself. You see, a few people close to me discouraged me from going after what I wanted, and naive as I was, I obeyed them. I stood back, lay low for a year or two before I woke up to the truth. Those years were the worst years of my life. Maybe someone you trusted discouraged you also. Perhaps someone's words caused you to dim your light, to take a step backward, to sit down and know your place, as I did. Perhaps other people caused you to resort to a mediocre existence of being average while you knew you have so much to offer. Maybe you fell prey to discouragement and, like me, you stopped doing what comes naturally for you. Did you know the root of passivity is discouragement? Discouragement does precisely what the word states. It strips us of courage, which means it suppresses our ability to act boldly and bravely. When smothered by discouragement, we find it almost impossible to leave our comfort zone and work toward a worthy goal. You were born to be brave. You were born to be a risk taker. You dared to sit, crawl, walk, and talk, even if it meant you had to fall and mispronounce words at first. You undoubtedly did not overthink matters. You simply went for it. Here are 3 takeaways that may help you get unstuck. Number 1, realize passivity is not laziness. You are not lazy. A passive person is not necessarily lazy. They might be, but I discovered most passive people are only consistent at being inconsistent. Number 2, understand passivity is a form of action. It may be interesting to note that passivity or inaction is also an action. Adverse action in the form of inaction and passivity also delivers results. It mainly provides unpleasant consequences, prolonged suffering, frustration, and unhappiness, but it always yields a harvest. So no, when you think you are passive and not doing anything, you are wrong. With your inaction, you are still doing something that will deliver the fruit of your labor. 3, decide to take proper action by setting the right goal. Since before birth, you were a master goal setter. You didn't know how to sit, how to crawl, how to walk, and how to talk. Still, you aimed to achieve each of those. You stumbled and fell over many times, but you were determined to succeed, and you did. If you want to overcome passivity and overthinking, you must set a massive goal that excites you and top it with a humongous why. In conclusion, doing nothing to grow, transform your life, and improve your circumstances is also doing something. There certainly are risks and costs attached to proper action. However, they are far less than the long-term risks of comfortable inaction. I believe it's never too late to initiate change and healing. If you purposefully weed out discouragement, passivity, and overthinking, you could totally transform your world. I don't think it's something you can do on your own, though. That is why I mentor people who desire to improve their lives to channel the energy spent on passivity toward inspired action. Well, this is all from me for now. Blessings to you all. I am Alta Nel. And don't forget to let me know what in the world I can do for you today. Bye. What is self-image? Self-image refers to the inner image one has of oneself. Each person has two self-images, one presented to the outside world and one you hide from the outer world. And it's this inner self-image that is the most potent image of oneself, as it determines what shows up in your life, how much money you can earn, the nature of your relationships, and the levels of success you can reach. Update your inner self-image and change your life. Have you ever tried thinking yourself out of your struggle and into a solution? Dr. Ken McFarland once said, only 2% of people think. 3% think they think, and 95% would rather die than think. So learning to think could be the one skill you and I should endeavor to master. Because indeed, it is possible to think ourselves out of poverty. Hi there, I'm Alta Nel from Paradigm Life Coaching. I hope you're having a fabulous day. I help realtors, finance reps, salespeople, and entrepreneurs increase their sales and income without working harder. As a result of my work, my clients decrease burnout while increasing their effectiveness to double or triple their income and construct an inner identity that radiates success. I often meet great salespeople who know their stuff, yet they remain stuck beneath income ceilings. They unknowingly lock themselves into a price point, making it difficult to sell at higher prices. Other sales reps fear closing and lack confidence because of rejection they suffered in their past. Many others have loads of potential to be great at sales, but negativity keeps them stuck, thinking they're unworthy of success in sales. Oh well, that was me. Totally been there. I spent thousands of dollars on training, strategies, and marketing with little effect. I once made a massive marketing investment in my farming area, which did nothing for my business within the first 12 months. However, everything changed from night to day when I realized I never had a training problem, a marketing problem, a strategy problem, or a brokerage problem. Instead, the problem I had was a personal problem. I was the one preventing my street ads and other strategies from attracting the clients. I was the one resisting sales, and I was standing in the way of my own success. Once I learned how top realtors thought and acted, I realized I could take on that identity. I could then erase the obstacles within me, keeping me stuck and effectively aligned with my objectives. It worked like magic, and I managed to attract ideal customers by the dozens. My phone rang non-stop, and my sales exploded. And you know what? Everything shifted within only 2 short weeks. Within 3 months, my sales and income surpassed seasoned realtors by 50%, and I also won 6 out of 7 awards in the process. I've since helped many realtors, sales reps, and entrepreneurs do the same, and their sales skyrocketed like never before. If we could do it, you can do it. You never have to chase sales ever again. Once you know how to adopt a new identity, remove performance barriers, and align appropriately with your objectives. Being a certified life coach, practicing actively for 20 years, and having made a success of realty sales under harsh market conditions, I'm on a mission to share my insights with other realtors, sales reps, and entrepreneurs so they can do the same. Tremendous sales success is within your grasp, and better yet, under your control. I'm super excited about inviting you to hop on a call with me. I would love to hear what you're all about, what you desire to accomplish in your life and in your sales career. We will also consider whether working together could turn your dream into a reality. I'm Alta Nel, and I'm hoping to speak to you soon. I understand how it feels to defend your dream to well-meaning people who do not understand the fire in your belly. I also know about the self-doubt and fear this constant battle is causing. Persevere. Keep moving forward. You've got this. Contact me if you need help getting unstuck. I agree. Instead of fretting about what is, reminding yourself of everything wrong in your circumstances, dare to dream about what your life would be like once you got unstuck. Your reasoning mind will be shocked to learn that your programming is keeping you stuck. I've learned if I wanted to improve my circumstances, I had to do specific things in a certain way and keep my reasoning mind out of the way. Sometimes you gotta do the illogical to trick and surpass your logical mind so you can make the desired progress. Try it. It works. How to improve your life fast. Start by doing the little things right. It is the little things that in the end mean the most. Appreciate the little things like strolling down the road hand in hand with your partner and the tender, meaningful wink and smile at each other. Connect during the all-understanding, deep look into each other's eyes, which speaks volumes without words. Embrace those moments and see how those determine the other moment's energy in your life. Paradigms are mental programs that run us on autopilot. Paradigms dictate how we operate and what we experience, unless we deliberately disrupt its programming. Did you know your suburb has a paradigm? Your company and team, your circle of friends, relationships, relatives, family, and you have paradigms running you with hypnotic rhythm, delivering what your programming dictates to you. The good news is you can alter a paradigm, and even a small adjustment can change your experience significantly. So reach out to me. I can help you shift it. You feel devastated, frustrated, and are losing grip. You have the product, the website, the ads, and the funnels. You are ready to make sales and scoop up the money, but the clients elude you. Your pipeline is as dead as a dodo. Is this business not meant to be? Are you destined for failure? Whoa, of course you can succeed, but you must stop looking for answers outside of yourself. This problem you must solve from within. Contact me for the solution. We were born to win, so go within and live to win. God placed our passion in our hearts to pursue because He knew our passions would lead us to our purpose. Recovering from a bad breakup or divorce is never easy. The pain is unreal. You are confused, and the love-hate roller coaster is exhausting. You are probably doubting your ability ever to love and trust again. I see you. At the moment, the rejection, the sadness, and regret are overwhelming, especially considering how soon your partners seem to have moved on with their life while you remain stuck. I see you. But what if you snapped out of your downward spiral? What if you got up, dusted yourself off, and embarked on a journey of inner healing? What if you decided to reinvent and prepare yourself for something better, something more fulfilling somewhere down the line? The truth is, your preparation for a brighter future and a great relationship starts long before you meet the new Mr. or Mrs. Right. Hey ladies, it's Alta here from Bounce Forward. Do you secretly know it's time to do something about your ongoing distress? Do you hear the faint whisper of your innermost being encouraging you to get up from the doldrums of despair, but you just don't feel like it? Currently, you feel surrounded by uncontrollable darkness. You feel lonely. You are tired of wearing a mask and you want to give up. You are drowning in responsibilities and the pressure is getting too much. Therefore, despite your inner knowing, you choose to continue down this path filled with loneliness and anxiety, while your loved ones are totally unaware of your struggle. You believe no one cares, but no one knows. Thus, you continue suffering in silence and refuse to ask for help. I hear you. Well, you know what? If you continue thinking no one cares, while in fact no one knows what you are going through, your loneliness can only increase. Nothing will change if you continue pretending that all is well, while in truth your world is falling apart. If you wait until you feel like talking to someone about your depression and struggle, you may end up waiting forever. You see, it's not about the feeling. You don't have to remain stuck in sadness and depression because you don't feel like talking to someone. Allowing your feelings to dictate your thoughts and actions can never get you out of your state. To end the vicious cycle of feeling sad, doing nothing about it, and then thinking about how alone you are will not help you in any way. You see, your thoughts create your feelings. Your feelings produce your actions, and your actions produce results. Not the other way around. Therefore, you cannot wait to feel better before deciding and doing the right thing, asking for help. Listen, you have the right to a happy future. But your lot depends on your willingness to think better thoughts. Thoughts of a new beginning, a fresh start, a second chance. Will it take work? Sure. Will it be worth it? Absolutely. Once you decide to do that, PM me so I can guide you to the next sensible step. Have a great day. It's Alta here. Write this to manifest fast. Writing is a magical way to connect with infinite spirit in your innermost being. Write what you want on a sheet of paper. Don't type it. If you want to manifest fast, write this on a paper and read it repeatedly out aloud throughout the day. When I ask, I always receive precisely what I desired, or more, under grace in marvelous ways. What I desire is rightfully mine, and I graciously expect to receive it soon. Try it. It works. How can you become emotionally strong and stable? To become emotionally strong and stable, you must first observe your current thoughts, self-talk, feelings, and actions. In addition, define new boundaries for yourself and others. Finally, decide to take control of your thoughts. Thoughts create feelings, and feelings lead to actions. When you become aware of emotional instability, write it out and recheck your thinking. You have the power to control yourself emotionally, so use it. If I want to be free, I've got to be me. Not the me my husband thinks I should be, not the me my kids think I should be, not the me my mom thinks I should be. If I want to be free, I got to be me. But then I better know who me is. All I can say is just start. Start where you are. If you keep focusing on what you want, the bridge of incidents will unfold and lead you to a better place. Use your current situation, job, or circumstance as an opportunity to grow, and the opportunity you desire will find you. How worthy of a good relationship, love, a well-paying job, thriving business, or a happy life do you believe you are? What do you think of yourself? How much good do you believe you deserve? Has your low self-worth caused you to lower your standards, settle for way less than you are happy with, and aspire to reach much lower aims than you know you could achieve? Your self-image is essential to what you can accomplish. If you wonder how you will ever get unstuck, allow me to help you update your self-image, which is a sure way to get you moving toward what you've been dreaming about. You can do it. Well, I would say to succeed, you must have grit and gusto. If you want to succeed, you've got to be passionate about your business and life decisions, because passion is an immense power. Are you pursuing a juicy goal? Or are you simply passing the time, wasting your days being bored out of your mind? In nature, if something is not growing, it is disintegrating. Are you growing? Or have you started dying a long time ago? You can change it, you know. There is so much more you can do. You have loads of untapped potential waiting to be developed. You're not supposed to remain who you became 5, 10, or 20 years ago. You can become whoever you would love to be. Challenge yourself. Challenge your comfort zone. Those are keeping you stuck, disappointed, and poor. Come on, reach for more. A little discomfort works wonders. Do you often let yourself down? Are you in the habit of promising yourself something and then you don't keep your word? Perhaps you pay more attention to what you promise your kids, your bestie, your mom, than to what you promise yourself. But did you know breaking your promise to yourself has serious repercussions? It creates the breeding ground for doubt, worries, low confidence, lack of faith, limiting beliefs, and fear. So if you want to move forward in your life, you gotta start studying yourself. This way, you will uncover the subtle ways in which you are self-sabotaging. Here are my top 5 tips for making a fortune. 1. Intentionally stop working to earn money to get by and start living to build a fortune. 2. Dream big. No, bigger. Small dreams lack power and it won't stir your spirit. 3. Write, and I mean write your dream out in the most delicate details and record it on your phone to regularly listen to. 4. Listen out. The ideas to realize your dream will pop into your mind. And 5. Take action in the direction of your goal daily. How do you see yourself? How do you see yourself with your inner eye? Also, what we say about ourselves with our inner voice matters. We can choose to regularly praise ourselves for our progress or bully ourselves with critical self-talk. It's only a choice, a habit. Your most recent professional or personal setback dropped you on the wrong side of the river of life. Ultimately, you will get out of your predicament one step at a time. So start by taking one small step every day. And over time, each additional step you take will add up to 10 steps, then 30, then 60, and 90. And before you know it, you will have made significant progress. Never let anyone tell you you are too young, too poor, or too inexperienced to follow your dream. I work with young entrepreneurs with little to no life experience, and they are killing it online. If such young people can define what they desire, claim it as theirs, and pursue it fearlessly, why are you still stuck in the effect of your setback? Stop making excuses for not doing what you know you should be doing. Stop wondering about the how. What you don't know, you will learn on your way to the top. Just get off the couch and start taking massive action in the direction of your goal today. Well, you know what? If you continue thinking no one cares, while in fact no one knows what you are going through, your loneliness can only increase. Nothing will change if you continue pretending that all is well, while in truth your world is falling apart. If you wait until you feel like talking to someone about your depression and struggle, you may end up waiting forever. You see, it's not about the feeling. You don't have to remain stuck in sadness and depression because you don't feel like talking to someone. Allowing your feelings to dictate your thoughts and actions can never get you out of your state. To end the vicious cycle of feeling sad, doing nothing about it, and then thinking about how alone you are will not help you in any way.
My son Sean has had health problems since he was born, and his eustachian tubes never developed and his sinus cavity is malformed. And due to these challenges, he's had a chronic sinus and ear infection that have led him to becoming deaf. During these years, he's had several bouts of illness that have lasted for months, and it leaves him depleted. He's had little interest in pursuing a career or a relationship for the last several years because of the fear of failure due to his lack of energy. As his mom, I've experienced all of this with him and have been picking up the pieces, trying to help him keep going. And unfortunately, in an effort to be empathetic, I've unknowingly crippled him with my love. I worry about him constantly and have verbally shown my concern and have prevented him from struggling on any level. After working with Alta a couple of weeks, she made me aware of how detrimental my negative affirmations of possible problems have created a self-fulfilling prophecy for my son. It's held my son back from reaching his full potential as a man, I feel, emotionally and physically. Per Alta's instructions, I began only speaking positive outlooks for his life and began recognizing his strengths and his capabilities and verbalizing it to him. I wrote down affirmations of a healthy, strong, capable, happy guy. In all the years that we've been seeking a possible solution, we've never had a miracle until now. And within 24 hours of shifting my perception into the vision of what a wonderful life and happy, strong man that my son is, he began to tell me he feels better. He's started a new job and where he hadn't been working for a year and a half. And within 3 weeks, he's been recognized for his capabilities and hard work ethic. They've given him a large raise, and they've told him that within the next 3 weeks, they're going to create a management position for him with a substantial increase in his pay as a salaried position, and will also receive benefits. And he walks and talks with confidence now. He's laughing all the time. Yesterday, he started to take actions to begin another side business, and he told me he wants to start dating again. It's just amazing. I mean, within just a few weeks, he has completely changed. He was sleeping all day long and had no interest in anything in life. Now he's up after 7 hours of sleep, ready to begin his day. And it's wonderful the way that what we do creates a ripple effect on the lives of everyone around us. I want to thank you, Alta, for facilitating a miracle with teaching me the power of writing down my intentions and helping me to help my son create a shift in his life just through the power of visualization. So thank you again.
So you made a couple of serious mistakes. You got into trouble and were harshly reprimanded for it. You paid your dues. How long do you want to remain in the shadows of shame and guilt and let life pass you by? This is the time to arise from the ashes. You can shed the shame and guilt for good and soar like an eagle after your big mistake. Just make the decision to do so. Let me help you.
If you are tired of your life's journey that seems to lead nowhere, you probably do not have a goal you are pursuing. If you have a goal, it's probably too vaguely defined or too small, and any actions you take are probably without purpose. Weak goals will get you nowhere. Get clear on what you desire, name it and claim it, and then passionately and aggressively pursue it. Pursuing it, despite what others may have to say about your goal, is the only way you will ever get what you want. You gotta live passionately and with intent, always. If you are hungry to turn your setback into success and level up your life from drab to fab, reach out to me.
The pandemic left many people in a rut, devastated and exhausted. A significant number of them are at a crossroads and are looking for a new reason to live, a way to use the opportunity to change what they do. If you want to create positive change in your job, start right where you are. Deliver the best possible service, the best quality work, with the knowing and intention to find another opportunity soon.
The natural law of rhythm states everything flows, everything has its tides, all things rise and fall. The swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates.
The only mind worth ditching is a closed mind. We are supposed to grow while we are here. Sometimes even a slight change in our habits or behavior can create massive change in our lives.
Have you ever decided to become successful? And I mean intentionally decided to become great at what you do. Today, I present you the opportunity to do just that. Do you often experience fear, doubt, worry, lack and frustration? Of course, we all do, you may reply. But the answer is no. Not everyone does. Only 98% of people accept fear, doubt, lack, and limitation as a natural part of life. But 2% of the population don't. Hi there, I am Alta Nel, and I'm on a mission to help everyone ready for it to move from limitation to transformation, to choose riches above lack, success above hardship, and mindfulness above chaos. I work with committed individuals who desire to embrace their power, improve their self-image, revitalize relationships, break the repetitive patterns, grow their income, and ultimately transform their lives. The Scottish-American billionaire and philanthropist Andrew Carnegie once said, "Each human being receives 2 envelopes at birth." He said the one envelope is labeled riches and the other is labeled penalties. The riches envelope contains health, peace, the freedom to do a job that you love, freedom from fear and worry, a positive mental attitude, and material riches of your own choice and quantity. Envelope 2 contains fear and worry, poor health, indecision and doubt, frustration and discouragement, poverty and want, and as well as envy and greed, jealousy, anger, hatred, and even superstition. As I see it, 98% of the population lives with the contents of envelope 2. Just think, how many people do you know who are sick, unhappy, or jealous, or greedy, or cannot make decisions, and are not living the lives they wanted? Just think for a moment, how many people do you know who does not live in the house of their dreams or drive the car they would love to own? Instead, most people settle for what they can afford. How about you? Are you currently living in fear, doubt, and worry? Or are you living in your dream home, and are you driving your dream car? Which envelope did you open so far in your life? I remember a time when I was living from the fruit of envelope 2. I used to live in constant fear of survival. You see, my husband lost his job 3 times in 10 years, and I assure you, it was not fun. We had to scramble to make ends meet while we searched for other positions. And in later years, I entertained and tolerated the fear of failure and the fear of success so intensely that I shoved my life dream aside to avoid facing my fears. Think about it. I used to cherish the fear of envelope 2 above the promise held by envelope 1. It just doesn't make sense. Why would one sabotage one's success by holding on to familiar fear instead of embracing the unfamiliar success? While I entertained the content of envelope 2, I hardly ever made important decisions. For most of my married life, I shifted that responsibility to my hubby. You see, I was a stay-at-home mom with a minuscule income for several years, and I allowed my own feelings of unworthiness to dictate what rights I had and which ones I didn't have. As you can see, I was clearly living by the contents of envelope 2 of my own free will. But the moment I understood that I had the right and the power to choose which envelope I want to open, things started to improve rapidly. I personally discovered how choosing the contents of envelope 1 could transform one's circumstances. I learned how choosing riches from the first envelope could change my real estate results. Within 2 weeks, my real estate results skyrocketed. And within 3 months, I tripled my average quarterly sales compared to the preceding 3 quarters. The secret? I deliberately chose to live by the contents of envelope 1, and I invited success and abundance into my life. You see, you have the freedom of choice. You may choose to go with penalties and be slothful and continue your mental laziness and eat the fruit produced by your comfort zone. Or you may decide to choose riches and place your mind under your control and eat the fruit of a disciplined mind. You see, it really is only a matter of choice and awareness, as the contents of envelope 1 works for everyone who commits to it. Those of you who are ready for a shift in results, an increase in your sales, or a higher success rate in whatever you're doing, shall be touched by this call in truth and immediately act upon it. Choosing the latter will undoubtedly require action and dedication and growth in awareness and discipline, and absolutely you'll have to learn accurate thinking. It was George Bernard Shaw who wrote, 2% of people think. 3% of people think they think. And 95% of people would rather die than think. Should you not choose to become part of the 2% group and actually start thinking instead of remaining in the 95% category of people who would rather die than think? Today, I hold before you 2 envelopes. One envelope is labeled riches and the other is labeled penalties. I encourage you to choose the one labeled riches and to walk with me as we pursue the contents of envelope 1 together. Envelope 1 includes health, peace, doing what you love, freedom from fear and worry, a positive attitude, and riches of your choice and quantity. Now, who doesn't want that? If you are ready to take hold of envelope 1, you should jump at the opportunity to make contact with me. I would love to work alongside you on your dream. Direct message me if you are ready. You know, we all have infinite potential, and I encourage you to choose deliberately to embrace success and the contents of envelope 1. I know I did, and it absolutely transformed my life. For those who are unsure how one goes about choosing and inviting success and abundance into your life, I shall place a link to a 21-page workbook in the description below. I compiled it to help you get ahead and effectively go through the motion of healing your relationship with success and abundance. Download the document, complete the exercises, and do exactly what I tell you to do. If you do, you shall experience a shift for the better. Today, I presented you the opportunity to choose success above failure, abundance above lack, transformation above limitation, and mindfulness above chaos. If you know you are ready to level up, click the link below and download your free workbook right away. Well, this is all from me today. Blessings to all of you. I am Alta Nel. And remember, don't forget to let me know what in the world I can do for you today.
There's no big deal. You find what you love to do and you dedicate your life to it. Would you prefer doing what you love, but are battling guilt and frustration because you are supposed to be grateful for what you have? Stop resisting the discontent. It's your spirit that's spurring you to greater heights. Go for it. Trust it. Our spirit is always for expansion and fuller expression. Allow it. Are you experiencing challenging times? Follow these 3 steps. Accept the situation. It is what it is. Someone hurt you. There's nothing you can do to undo it. Accept it. Then harvest the good. Deliberately choose what meaning you want to give the experience. You have the power. Use it. Decide to look for the good in the situation, and you will find it. Write the good out on paper and see your sadness shift into inspiration and gratitude lightning fast. Next, forgive and forget. Let yourself and the other person off the hook and then act on the inspiration you received. I know this will help you. Your most recent professional or personal setback dropped you on the wrong side of the river of life. You are not a failure. You are only a failure when you stop trying, when you stop moving forward. Nothing can defeat you if you refuse your setback to overtake you. You have everything you need to succeed within you. So dare to utilize your innate greatness as you are God's highest form of creation. Get up, fight back, and conquer. I get it. You are ready to give up on your dream. You have tried your best and lost loads of sleep to get your business off the ground. Still, nothing seems to work. You are tired of trying and do not believe the dream was meant to be. You have 2 options. You quit right away, lose everything you worked for, or hire an expert to help get you over the next hurdle, whatever it may be. Failure and temporary defeat happen to everyone on the road leading to success. Please take a moment to write your problem on a clean sheet of paper and then place it in the middle of a table. Then move to the one side of the table, look at your written problem and ask yourself, what would a person you admire do with that obstacle? Then rotate to the next side of the paper and the next, imagining what other people you respect would do in the same circumstances. Then walk away from it and let the problem go. And then start listening. The answer to your calamity will jump into your mind when you least expect it. Once you receive the answer, implement it immediately.
Hi everyone, it's Alta here. What do you really want? If you could have anything you want on a silver platter, what would it be? And I'm not referring to what you think you can get. I'm also not referring to what you think you are worthy of. What would you love? Today I want to share a straightforward exercise with you to help you identify what you truly desire. So keep watching. Are you living a full life? Would you say you are thriving? Or are you surviving? Do you expect to get what you want? Or is your deepest desire a mere hope and a wish, a fantasy, one you believe is not meant to be? Did you know only 3% of the population live lives they love? Only 3% of people live in their dream home, drive their dream car, and donate to their favorite charity. In contrast, 97% of people do not know what they would love, let alone pursue what they desire. By the way, I don't believe you don't know what you would love. I believe you reject the desire before it has time to settle in and cause you to take the appropriate action. How do I know that? Because I've been there and done it. I don't want you to feel ashamed if you don't know what you would love. So many of my clients struggle to answer the question, what do you really want at first? It's common to meet people who became desensitized about their wants and wishes, buried deep in the abyss of their psyche. Let me share a simple yet powerful exercise you could do to determine what you really want. Every morning when you wake up, take a clean sheet from your notepad and a pen and write down 10 things you would really love to be, do, have, or give. Allow the words to flow or float to you. Don't force it. If you can only think of one thing, that's okay, as long as you allow yourself to think about it for a few minutes every day. Keep at it. Pretty soon, one page will not suffice for all the things you hope to be, do, have, and give. At first, it may feel difficult and uncomfortable to come up with things you really want, but that is okay. Remember, you probably buried your desires and dreams under a pile of limiting ideas. Allow it to surface. Keep at it. One day, out of the blue, a stream of life will break through the rock and flood your mind with everything you ever hoped and wished for. In time, one idea, dream, or desire will jump off the page, and that would be the one you should pursue first. For now, stop rejecting the phenomenal ideas that come to you. Instead, hold on to them, nurture them. There is an idea that wants to use you. Believe it. Wait for it. PM me if you would like to close the gap between where you are and where you want to go, so you can thrive instead of survive. Well, that's all from me for now. Blessings to you all. Don't forget to let me know what in the world I can do for you today. Bye. Hi everyone, I'm Alta Nel from Paradigm Life Coaching. I hope you're having a great day. Thanks so much for watching. If you are here, drop a comment and tell me where you are from. How long have you been a people pleaser? How long have you denied yourself the freedom to do what you love and pleasing yourself with what you really want from life? Think about it. How long have you been focusing on pleasing others instead of yourself? When last have you spoiled yourself? When last have you bought yourself a new pair of jeans instead of buying it for your daughter? When last have you given your dream a thought instead of helping others to fulfill theirs? I used to do just that for many years. I used to believe if I loved my family and my friends and my neighbor, I had to deny myself the little pleasures of life. I would rather please someone else instead of pleasing myself until the day I discovered the importance of self-love. I also found a scientific way to increase my self-worth permanently. And since I applied the knowledge, my whole life improved. Look, I'm a firm believer in loving your neighbor and being a good Samaritan. But helping others instead of helping myself often cost me dearly. Think about this for a moment. If you ever had the privilege of flying across states, you may have heard the flight attendant advising you to place the oxygen mask on yourself before you help any other passengers should an emergency occur. Similarly, the scriptures teach us to love our neighbor as we love ourselves, indicating you have to love yourself first before you can understand how to love a neighbor. If you are anything like I used to be, you have also tried to please others by denying yourself the right to a fulfilled life. Perhaps you gave up so much to gain the approval of one person whose approval would mean the world to you. But the person never accepted you for who you are, and you remain sad, blocked, and stuck. Sadly, an unbalanced desire to please another often leads to rejection, being taken advantage of, and zero self-respect, leaving you lonely, unfulfilled, and empty. People-pleasing has its roots in a low sense of self-worth. And if you do not improve your self-image and inner programming, rejection would become an ever-occurring pattern in your life. You see, your inner programming is called your paradigm. Your paradigm controls you by keeping you in line with the image you have of yourself. It runs your life on your behalf without your conscious input. It runs your days in and out, day in, day out, and it will happen like that until you decide to change the paradigm. Your paradigm is sort of a program or a framework by which you automatically respond to the stimuli around you. You may ask, how on earth did you end up with a paradigm that holds you in bondage as a people pleaser? Surely you didn't choose that path. You are correct. You didn't choose it. So it's not your fault at all. Since the beginning of you in your mother's womb, and then as a baby and growing up, your environment and the people you grew up with, and later your thoughts and experiences shaped the program that now runs you automatically. There are only two ways in which a paradigm can form. One is by being exposed to other people's ideas and circumstances over a long period, and two, by an instant traumatic event, such as 9/11 or the sudden death of a loved one, for example. But the good news is you can change your paradigm if it doesn't serve you anymore. You can do it. If you are a people's pleaser and want to end the vicious cycle of rejection, you have to improve your self-concept. If you do, even a slight change in your paradigm could totally transform your life, your relationships, and your income. Yes, by updating your current outdated self-image, you could be living a whole new reality in a few short months from now. But it all depends on you. You are the only person who can alter your paradigm and improve your self-image. The ball is in your court. You can choose to remain a victim of circumstance and your environment for the rest of your life, or you could take charge of yourself and of your future today. Let me share a secret with you. You cannot change your future and end your battle with rejection by doing, thinking, and feeling the same you always have. If you want to see your circumstances improve, you will have to cause a shift in your paradigm. I would love to show you how to shift your current self-image into that of the person you really, really want to be. Do you know who you want to be? Feel free to reach out to me if you want to learn more. I hope you will have a blessed day, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.
When it comes to decision-making time, you gotta stay out of your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is a prison that will keep you stuck in a relationship, business venture, or a career you dislike. Instead, find new ways to ignite your spirit and make quantum leaps toward your dreams. So how long do you want to remain stuck in depression, fear, and anxiety about what happened to you? I get it. You didn't deserve such treatment. You only meant well. You did your best. Listen, it is time to move on. Life never promised us lemonade only. Get up, dust yourself off, and get moving. You'll have to do it someday anyway. Why can't it be today? Life is not going to wait for you. Time flies. If you need help moving forward, reach out to me. I want to help you. Sometimes it's necessary to take a brutally honest look at our lives and results and really take the time to think about where you are and where you are going. It's really helpful to tune people's opinions and peer pressure out and pause, really pause and think about and ask yourself if you are genuinely thrilled with your life, relationships, lifestyle, and income. And if you are not, to do something about it. Do you desire riches? Then you better start hoping, wishing, and dreaming about it. All who accumulated fortunes know they had to do a certain amount of dreaming, wishing, and planning before acquiring their fortunes. It all starts in our imagination, the workshop of life. So your hope, wish, and dream for riches must grow into a desire for riches, coupled with a knowing and a belief that you can get it. I can help you.
Has your constant uphill battle stripped your faith and confidence? You are excited about your goals, but those dreams are slipping further away the longer success eludes you. You burnt your bridges and you must make your endeavor work. I see you. Just relax. You've finally discovered your solution. You must adjust your inner self-image to see your results turn around. Find a self-image expert to help you. No one can do this on their own. That is what I live for. I help committed people like you unleash the limitations of an outdated self-image. Let's talk.
Your most recent professional or personal setback dropped you on the wrong side of the river of life. If you combine these two, your will and your innate desire to survive, you will tap into a superpower by which you can accomplish anything. I learned that every adversity carries with it the seed of an equal and opposite opportunity if we only dare look at life through a different lens.
Do you talk freely about your finances? Or is money a taboo subject in your family? Do you know your financial position at any given time? Or do you hope and pray you'll safely make it to month end? If you want to end this financial roller coaster ride, stay tuned. Did you know 97% of the population perceives money as the number one taboo topic in a family? Yes, 97% of people choose to never speak publicly about their financial situation. People tend to hide what they earn from even their closest family members. For many, ignorance about their bank affairs is bliss, out of sight, out of mind. Yet most people ignore their results, cross their hearts, and hope to get out of debt someday. Hi there, I am Alta Nel. What in the world can I do for you today? I'm a success coach and director of Paradigm Life Coaching. I'm also associated with the Proctor Gallagher Institute, and I help people streamline their success path radically. You may want to pay close attention during today's visit if you want to increase your income, or if you are aware of an income plateau holding you in bondage, or if you have a poor relationship with money and want to know how to improve it. This lesson is probably not for you if you are content with your current financial status or are unwilling to take the actions required to make the necessary adjustments. Ever since Asia manufactured the first coin around 700 BC, money became a thing. Mostly a thing people never have enough of. Since that time, the poor sugar-coated poverty and made living in poverty out to be something noble as they struggled to cope with the endless scarcity and shortage they faced. Over time, the sugar-coated money myths were passed on from one generation to another, thus keeping generation after generation in poverty. To this day, many parents raise children with the idea money is the root of all evil. Money tears families apart. Good people are poor. Rich people are thugs. If your well-meaning parents raised you with the same money myths they grew up with, you probably are struggling financially as much as they did. Perhaps you try to compensate for this shortage by holding more than one job or having several side hustles. Maybe you try to overcome poverty by getting several college degrees behind your name. Still, the financial struggle never seems to end. You work harder and harder to get ahead and stay ahead. And when you think business is finally booming, your bottom line shrinks right back to where it was. If this is you, you are probably being held hostage by limiting money beliefs. If you subconsciously harbor limiting money beliefs, your financial results will always reset itself to where it was programmed at by your parents, your environment, and your own perceptions. The good news is, it is possible to improve negative money paradigms. It will not happen overnight though, but it can be done. The first step to get your money paradigm in shape is to acknowledge you have a money problem. The second step is to understand the need for change and the willingness to do whatever it takes to reprogram your mind. The third step is to start building a positive relationship with money. Here are a few truths I want you to understand about money today. Money isn't good or bad. It just is. Money is energy. We decide whether money is good energy or bad energy by choosing how we perceive money and wealth. Money is the harvest we receive for producing goods, selling a service, or an idea to others. Money is important. It buys shelter, clothes, food, medicine, electricity, and water. Money brings happiness. It provides enjoyment, exotic trips, education, cars, beautiful homes. Money buys birthday gifts and pays for beautiful wedding ceremonies. Money doesn't flow from your employer or business. It flows through your employer or company. And herein lies a vast truth. And the universe doesn't decide who gets rich and who stays poor. We do, by how we think, we feel, and act. Why not start right where you are to build a great relationship with money? Why not make money your friend, as we can do so much good with money in the world? Just think about the following for a moment. How have you treated money up to now? If you are like most people, you probably ignored it, never spoke about it, always complained about how little you have of it and how expensive life is and how lucky the Joneses are. Perhaps you paid little to no attention to money, but still you expect money to show up in your bank account in all its glory? Would a friend stick around if you treated them like that? No, they certainly won't. So why would money energy stick around if it feels unwelcome? Did you expect money for nothing? Money is the harvest we reap for services rendered. Did you offer enough service? Did you sell enough ideas or products to expect a large harvest? Why not make improvements to the product or service you offer so you can rightfully expect a more generous yield? Do you appreciate money and the things you buy with it? If you mostly neglected to be grateful for your buying power, you don't have much reason to be hostile toward money and riches. Gratitude is the secret sauce that makes a massive difference in what shows up in our lives. Just think how you feel when you gave someone a special gift, but then they showed no gratitude toward you. It feels awful, right? If you would like to make a quantum leap that shatters your old money paradigms, you must develop prosperity consciousness. To discover some ideas on becoming prosperity conscious, you may download my free 5 Ways to Become Prosperity Conscious guide. I shall post the link in the description below. The guide suggests 5 things you can do to program yourself for greater prosperity awareness. Here is what I want you to remember about today's video. Money is not good or bad. It just is. Money is energy, and it flows through your business and employer, not from it. Money is the harvest you receive for services rendered. Money goes where it is welcomed, and it stays where it is appreciated. The universe doesn't decide who gets rich and who stays poor. We do. We do that by the way we think, the way we feel and act. Today, I directed my video toward anyone who wants to increase their income and are aware of an income plateau holding them in bondage. If you want to get into the flow and break the generational struggle with poverty and lack, you must sort out your relationship with money once and for all. You may well be the one in your family who finally breaks the poverty curse on behalf of the generations to come. So do it. Ask yourself this question. If you do not heal your relationship with money now, then when? Please like and share this video with anyone you think may benefit from it, as I am eager to serve you in the best possible way. Also remember to download your free 5 Ways to Become Prosperity Conscious guide. Well, this is all from me for now. Blessings to you all. I am Alta Nel. Don't forget to let me know what in the world I can do for you today.
I love children, and I'm passionate about their well-being. The other day, I watched a couple forcing their nature-loving 7-year-old son to shoot at a deer on their friend's farm. My heart cringed in my chest. I spent some time with the boy prior to the ordeal and was amazed at his knowledge and understanding of nature and our responsibility to protect it. He told me he wants to become an archaeologist so he can determine what happened to the dinosaurs, as he wants to protect other animals from extinction. I was mesmerized by the boy's conviction. Still a few hours later, his dad placed a gun in his hands and forced him to shoot a deer. The little boy was traumatized. Listen, we must study our children and learn what they are all about and honor their natures from the start. We must tread lightly in their lives and respect who they are meant to become. I raised 3 children and home educated them. One of them is a boy who is now a man, and a good man at that, but I never forced him to be someone whom he is not. If you want to learn more, you can follow me or join my Parenting on Purpose study group. The link is in my bio. You can raise winners, leaders, individuals who live on purpose from an early age. Check it out and join us. You will be so glad you did.
If I want to be free, I've got to be me. Not the me you think I should be. Not the me my husband thinks I should be. Not the me my kids think I should be. If I want to be free, I've got to be me. Then you better know who me is. Do you know who your me is? Are you honoring and living as your true self? Are you living as the person you wish to be? Or are you living as the person someone else wants or expects you to be? Hi there, I'm Alta Nel, a high-performance mentor who helps soulful entrepreneurs and individuals upgrade their consciousness and increase their effectivity to stand out like red lipstick by using their marvelous minds. Remember, you can subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button now. Many people are unaware of their right to choose who they want to be. None of us are limited to who we became growing up. We all can change whatever part we dislike about ourselves. You see, from birth, we were programmed to do, live, and think like the people in our environment. Our specific way of being is so deeply ingrained in our subconscious minds that we seldom or never consider our ability or right to choose who we want to be, what we want to have, or how we want to live. Have you ever defined what you consider freedom to be? For example, would freedom mean living on a remote island or being financially free? Would you consider yourself free if you spent more time with your loved ones? Or would freedom be doing what you love with your time? Have you ever taken the time to write down what you would love to be, do, or have? Have you ever spoken openly about your desires? You see, most people who dare speak their truth get shot down by parents, teachers, friends, partners, etc., who tell them not to venture outside the parameters or lines laid down by the tribe. They might say things like, "Now don't be a tall poppy now," and "If you want to stick around with us, you better get off your throne." Or, "When in Rome, do as the Romans do, conform." Obedience to what others expect of us starts at a very young age. I distinctly remember how my grade 4 teacher spanked me behind my knees because I didn't color between the lines. I assure you that painful hiding from Mrs. Becker was as traumatic as it was painful, and I remember it to this day. You see, I am a creative person, but I'm pretty sure I never crossed the line again in her class ever again. Did you have a Miss Becker who forced you to conform and fit in? Were you ever ridiculed and punished for your wayward thinking? Or did you embrace conformity to play it safe and prevent unnecessary drama? Did you figure out that it was safer to suppress your authentic self for the sake of others instead of showing the real you to the world? Sadly, if you stepped into the trap of conformity and self-suppression for the sake of keeping the peace or fitting in, you probably didn't realize how harmful suppression is to your existence. An unbalanced willingness to abandon your dreams, interests, and desires for the sake of others is never a long-term plan for success and achievement. Self-suppression lowers your sense of self-worth and weakens your inner self-image. A poor self-image and low self-worth always show up in a person's results. So how do you know if you are not expressing your true self? One of the first symptoms of lack of self-expression is a strong sense of disconnect from people and life. Even when faced with a life-threatening experience, it doesn't faze or move you at all. I know a lady who had a blackout while driving. Her car sped over into the oncoming traffic's lane, bumped into the freeway's sidebars, and came to a halt in a ditch next to the road. When she awoke, bystanders were shocked to find her alive. She got out of the car, dusted herself off, drove off, and made nothing of it. Yes, her car barely had a scratch on it. She refused to go to a hospital and only told her family about the incident much later that night. You see, her disconnection with life caused this abnormal response. Weeks later, when we met over a cup of coffee, she shared her lack of self-expression due to challenging circumstances at home. We discussed the negative impact of her self-suppression and how to alter it. She did the work, and a few months later, she met her soulmate and she lives life according to her standards now. Hey, but before you forget, smash the like button and subscribe to my channel now. Other symptoms of self-suppression are numbness, indifference, coldness, and unexplained anxiety, nervousness, low energy levels, laziness, procrastination, unexplained stress, and forgetfulness. If you are committed to becoming a high-performing individual, you must uncover your true self and create and build your life and business from an authentic space. If your self-image is poor and your paradigm remains programmed with ideas of self-sacrifice and rejecting the good that comes to you because you want others to have it instead, your business will not take off. Rather, your feelings of unworthiness will prevent your business from soaring. Sure, we all love giving and serving others, but you can only give freely once you have things to share. You must first create a successful business if philanthropy is your passion. Our paradigms make or break us. Paradigms rule our lives. Although we choose to believe we make our own independent decisions, we actually run on autopilot. Only when we decide to take back control and do the work to reprogram our paradigms, we experience quantum leaps and breakthroughs so many people are waiting for in vain. Update your self-image. Stop placing yourself last and express yourself and discover and live as the me you want to be. If you are committed to do this, reach out to me because I believe in you. If what I shared resonated with you, click the subscribe button below. Also remember to hit the bell button so that I can notify you the moment I place a new video online. Well, this is all from me for now. Blessings to you all. I'm Alta Nel. And remember, you are amazing.
Your most recent professional or personal setback dropped you on the wrong side of the river of life. You are struggling to stay afloat, and you are finding it hard to find solid ground and some form of stability amidst the emotional and mental turmoil and confusion. You wonder why your life is such an uphill battle, why you are experiencing such setbacks. You are a good person, you are trying your best, so why are all these negative things only happening on your side of the river? I know how feeling lost, devastated, hopeless, neglected and abandoned affects our thinking. I know it's not easy when situational depression, anxiety, fear and sadness run rampant despite our best efforts. And I also know how difficult it is to see past the confusion when people on the other side of the same river have it all and enjoy the good life you seek. I see you. Here are 3 tips that may help ease your debilitating confusion. Tip number 1. Demand at least one positive action from yourself daily. I know your crisis is real, preoccupies your mind and smothers you in fear. Still, unless you force yourself to take at least one positive action that moves you forward every day, the mental fog, the blur, the confusion and inaction will only increase and cause even more significant problems. Ultimately, you will get out of your predicament one step at a time. So start by taking one small step every day. And over time, each additional step you take will add up to 10 steps, then 30, then 60 and 90. And before you know it, you will have made significant progress. You are not a failure. You are only a failure when you stop trying. When you stop moving forward. Nothing can defeat you if you refuse your setback to overtake you. You have everything you need to succeed within you. So dare to utilize your innate greatness as you are God's highest form of creation. Get up, fight back, and conquer. Tip number 2. Unleash your will to survive and thrive. We all have a will. Will is one of our higher mental faculties that may be highly developed in some people and underdeveloped in others. Indeed, we all have the same potential to have a highly developed will if we put our minds to it. You also have an innate desire to survive and overcome. And if you combine these two, your will and your innate desire to survive, you will tap into a superpower by which you can accomplish anything. Apply willpower, not only to overcome and survive your current challenging situation, but to thrive despite the setbacks you encounter. And you will soon experience how fast closed doors will fling open before you, and how brilliant ideas on how to bounce back, or better yet, to bounce forward, will start revealing themselves to you. Tip number 3. Take comfort in the natural law of rhythm. The natural law of rhythm states everything flows, everything has its tides, all things rise and fall. The swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. Sure, your devastating setback ushered in a low tide, a fall of some sort. And just like a low tide reveals the horrors of the coastline and lays bare the rocks and the hidden realities, so our setbacks show areas in our lives that need our attention. A setback may teach us a lesson about faith, the need to grow awareness, take more responsibility for our choices, or appreciate life more, whatever the case may be. However, the law of rhythm promises that high tide always follows low tide. Good times always follow bad times. So after every fall, we can get up. After every setback, you can get ahead. If you learn to embrace this law while suffering a setback, you can rest assured, trust and know that your low tide shall pass. Indeed, when you are at your lowest low, you can find comfort in knowing that the wheels of life always turn. Once you understand the law of rhythm, you can start living harmoniously with it and use your low tide to prepare for the high tide that's on its way by law. Most people do not know how to cooperate with this natural law and often remain stuck in the effects of the low tide, even though the tide may have turned in their favor a long time ago, simply because they were caught off guard, unprepared and ignorant of this law. If you do your part while on the downswing of life's pendulum, you will be ready to rise to new heights in harmony with the upswing that is on its way. In conclusion, demanding at least one positive action from yourself daily, unleashing your will to survive and thrive, and finding comfort in the natural law of rhythm will go a long way to get you back on your feet in the river of life. Once you straighten out the confusion by demanding yourself to arise and bounce forward, this raging river will settle down, allowing you a massive opportunity for growth. Remember, the setback wasn't supposed to break you down and leave you struggling for your next breath. It was meant to help you reach for more, for growth, greater awareness, new direction, so you too may reach the other side of the river. I'm so grateful you visited our YouTube channel today. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will get notified when we load another video. Also, in the comments below, tell us where you are from, what you do for a living, where you are on your journey, so we can serve you with our video content. I would love to get to know you. Remember to check back into our channel as we bring you amazing content every week. Blessings to you all. Alta out. So your child wants a new bicycle or a smartphone. Don't just hand it to them. Also, don't tell them you can't afford it. Instead, use the situation to improve your child's financial IQ. It's not about affording or not affording it. It's about asking them to help you afford it. You see, we often teach children about scarcity and lack. We give them countless reasons why they cannot have what they desire. But there is a way they can get everything they want. Teach your children the power of setting goals, creating plans, and implementing strategies. Don't tell them you can't afford it. Instead, help them determine how they can afford it. There was a day I had to answer this tough question. Alta, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing with your time? What are you creating that can make a difference in this world? These questions stopped me in my tracks at first, but then they woke me up. What about you? What are you doing with your life and your time? Are you making a difference in the world? Or are you waiting for one day to show up? One day will never come. There is no one day, only a 2 day. I know. You worked hard at researching all the information. You spent endless hours watching all the YouTube videos and signing up for superb webinars. You craftily put all the information together, connecting the dots, but same old. You just keep going around in circles. Listen, what you need is not another strategy. You also do not need more information. What you need is implementation, an aligned self-image, and a new attitude. Sadly, no one can ever outperform their self-image. What does it mean to leave your comfort zone? We often hear we must leave our comfort zones because that is where the magic happens. However, nobody tells us what a comfort zone is and why you must leave your comfort zone and how you will feel when you have left it. In this video, I hope to answer these questions. Hi everyone, I'm Alta Nel from Paradigm Life Coaching. I help winners win more and achievers achieve more. I hope you've been stretching yourself today. Today's message is for those considering venturing outside their current comfort zone for the sake of growth, a more significant income, or overall improvement of their circumstances and results. If you desire to step into your next level of greatness, stay tuned. What is a comfort zone? Oh, a comfort zone is a wonderful place. It's where you feel safe, secure, and everything is so blissfully known and predictable. Your income is not too shabby. Your sales are average. Your circumstances fluctuate between being not too bad and not really that good. You're getting by with what you have, and the challenges you must face are usually manageable. Sounds heavenly, right? Sadly, no one grows in a comfort zone. Also, you could become addicted to your comfort zone, which would make it highly unlikely for you to move past your previous levels of achievement. If you are too set in your ways, are unwilling to learn new skills, and are reluctant to break your habitual patterns, you will find it very challenging to get ahead and stay ahead of yourself. You may find it interesting to note it's not only the poor and the middle class in society who get stuck in comfort zones. Oh no, even millionaires and billionaires experience these symptoms. Comfort zones exist at all levels of society. Why should you leave the comfort zone? There are several reasons why you should leave your comfort zone, and I will share 3 of them with you today. If you don't leave your comfort zone,
you might never discover or live your passion. You will never live your purpose within an old, rigid comfort zone. You will most likely be too afraid to trust your gut instinct and pursue what you love. You will remain stuck in a place where you make the mistake of believing you are untouchable and secure. If you don't leave your comfort zone, you will not develop your untapped potential. You are a masterpiece, whether you choose to believe it or not. If you never push yourself to venture outside what feels comfortable, you may have to settle for way less than what you are worthy and capable of. If you don't leave your comfort zone, you might not keep up with your peers. When you choose to remain in your comfort zone, you will be left behind. The brave ones among your friends and family will move to greener pastures, while you remain jealous and stuck in your old ways. Sadly, resenting the successful and the rich is one of the surest ways you will stay poor. You must learn to bless that which you desire for yourself. How will you know you have left your comfort zone? The moment you leave your comfort zone, you will find yourself in unfamiliar territory. You will most likely feel overwhelmed, fearful, anxious, and experience intense self-doubt. You will sense your lack of confidence, and you will not have the faintest idea how this new zone will help you move forward. You shall have a strong urge to run back to your comfort zone and hide there for the rest of your life. The answer to how will you know you have left your comfort zone is a nasty one. There is no use in sugarcoating it for you. Once you are outside the zone, you will feel lost, horribly unsure of your capabilities, and alone. That is why I always recommend hiring a mentor before stretching yourself far and beyond where you've gone before. Most people run right back to their comfort zones the moment they feel they have lost their footing. Have you experienced that before? I certainly have endured the fear of the unknown many times, and I often still do. However, there is a neat way to bless and utilize fear energy generated in your system once you are outside your comfort zone. I hope to teach you that one day soon. If you don't know what I'm referring to and what I'm talking about, you probably haven't stretched yourself far enough recently. And if you want to uplevel your life, you must leave your comfort zone and do the uncomfortable. In conclusion, it's never easy to leave a comfort zone. The fear of the unknown keeps most people stuck, and they will remain stuck until they learn to step over the boundary of their comfort zone and decide to break the habit of being themselves. To remain ahead of the pack and at the top of your game, the area outside your safe zone should become your regular playground. Sure, the uncharted waters will cause you to feel vulnerable, anxious, stressed, and afraid. Indeed, this area is undoubtedly scary and threatening. But Mr. Will Smith recently said, God placed the best things in life on the other side of fear. The scariest part is taking the first step. But once you are there, You will stand in awe and ask yourself why you haven't shifted your boundaries before. Once you are there, you shall tune into it, and pretty soon, this area will become your new normal. And you know what? If you are committed to growth, you will have to become a pro at shifting your limits. I would love to help you shift your limits. Feel free to reach out to me. Have a super day. I am Alta Nel, and I shall speak to you again soon. Bye.
So the personal or professional setback you suffered left you feeling confused, anxious, lost, fearful, and in shock. You are unable to think clearly. All you manage to focus on is the devastating effect the setback had on you. It's time to get back into the driver's seat. Take control of your life. Life gives everyone lemons sometimes. So get up and make lemonade. The sooner you stop pitying yourself, the sooner you can turn your setback into a stepping stone for success. Indeed, you can decide right here and now whether your setback makes you or breaks you. If you are ready to ditch the confusion and low self-worth for good, reach out to me right away. You are committed to building a profitable business, but you are failing. Did you know we are the product of other people's ideas? Indeed, you live the life created by other people. Your struggle might very well be due to undesirable programming. No wonder you are struggling to live the lifestyle you desire. You can totally transform your business if you take care of your own programming. If you want to succeed, you got to know how to close the gap between where you are and where you want to go. Once you admit that your sales and performance are below par, you can defeat the denial and get clear on what your next step is. Let me help you. What is it with these gurus telling you they have the perfect strategy to get you leads? Their methods are not working. Are they scammers? No, not at all. Most coaches treasure their reputation. Your problem is not their strategies. Your problem is your inner self-image. Your inner self-image acts like a thermostat, and you can never outperform it unless you update its conditioning. But it's easy to fix. I also had to realign my self-image before I could break sales records as a realtor. Let me help you. If you are like most people I meet in my life coaching practice, you would also love to make a difference in the world. But sadly, compared to other people who are doing what you would love doing, you feel unworthy, incapable, inexperienced, and not good enough. Stop violating the law of relativity by comparing yourself to others. You got to learn to work with the law. You see, there is a place you must fill that no one else can fill. There is an idea that wants to use you and no one else. Hear the idea and start sharing it. No marriage is without obstacles and bumps in the road. Committing fully to another person, regardless of your love for them, can be challenging. But of course, you don't know that when you say your I do's. Happy marriages aren't happy by a stroke of luck. Fulfilling marriages require work and a lot of it. there, and thanks for watching. One common initial misconception among my marriage coaching clients is that partners grow simultaneously at the same pace and in the same direction. Unfortunately, that rarely happens, especially not by default. Being aware of this misconception may help you realize how important staying abreast with proper communication techniques is. Whether you just tied the knot or have been at it for decades, one thing is sure: a couple must deliberately and intentionally build their relationship. Therefore, you must develop and apply loads of patience to make a relationship work. Here are my top 5 tips for a happy marriage. Number 5 is compassion. Partners should have compassion for each other's experiences, feelings, and sensitivities. The less sensitive partner must commit to putting themselves in the more sensitive partner's shoes to understand what the person is feeling. Insensitivity or an unwillingness to observe the problem from your partner's perspective is a proven way to kill intimacy and trust instantly. Tip number 4, listening. The most challenging part of communication is listening with the intent to understand your partner's point of view. Listening attentively and calmly while your partner tells you what they find difficult about you or your point of view is never a walk in the park. Of course, it's customary to want to jump in and defend yourself. But it would be better to take a moment to reflect, to understand where this is coming from. Consider this: listening to understand, rather than finding your gap to defend yourself, is an opportunity to develop a deeper connection with your soulmate and for growth. Tip number 3. Value each other's opinions within predefined boundaries. You fell in love and committed to each other because you are so different and you bring the best forward in each other. So why do you want to change your spouse into a replica of yourself? I assure you, once they become just like you, you will be bored out of your mind. Love is about getting to know your partner at the macro and micro levels and loving them even more once you understand the reason behind their worldview, not necessarily trying to change it, but trying to respect and love them despite your differences. Both partners are responsible for honoring and respecting their relationship's values and boundaries at all times. However, there are always certain lines that should never be crossed. Partners should clearly define those boundaries before committing to marriage and update them regularly as life happens. Without proper consultation, no partner has the right to force the other to disregard a preset boundary. Number 2, trust and openness. Your spouse is the one person on the planet with whom you should have a unique connection. In your partnership, trust and openness are 2 critical attributes you must commit to. It implies becoming vulnerable, but trusting that the person you love will respect and honor your willingness to open up. Needless to say, never use your partner's vulnerability against them, ever. That will shut your partner's openness down like a clam. It's all about respect. 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 Tip number 1, forgiveness. No one is perfect, and everyone errs. Let me repeat that. No one is perfect, and everyone errs. But knowing each other at the deepest level makes forgiveness so much easier. Once you understand where the root of your partner's challenge or mistake lies, you will find it easier to forgive and support them. The key to forgiveness is sticking to the facts and not attaching your own narrative to your partner's behavior. However, if you spot a negative, repetitive pattern that causes yourself or your partner to err repeatedly, you should seek professional help. You see, the idea is to create an environment where each partner may be entirely true to themselves, coupled with the freedom to express what they think, feel, and desire without judgment and fear of rejection. Sure, this takes years to develop, but if you commit to it and set it as a goal, you will reach it, as sure as the sun will rise tomorrow. In conclusion, creating a happy marriage is a process, and it doesn't happen overnight. It takes work. If you're looking to build a solid relationship, you must commit to it and do the uncomfortable. Some of the couples I work with initially believe that their personalities are fixed and that a person can't change. On the contrary, people can change. However, it takes an internal willingness to change. Why don't you check out my services page in the description below to learn how I can help you get your relationship back on track. I always love witnessing how exploring each other's more profound truths and values and convictions unifies couples and creates a closeness and a tenderness they've never experienced before. I'm Alta Nel. Blessings to you all. So your relationship is on the rocks. Your friends and family shower you with their opinions on what they think you should do, but you are not ready to call it a day. When you honestly think about it, you know your relationship went haywire, but you also know why. Life happened, and you both got caught up in survival mode. Perhaps the pandemic threw several spanners in your relationship wheel. But you know you can rescue your relationship if you both commit to it. I'm with you. Separation and divorce are not the only way to move past challenging times in a relationship. Look, I've been married 30 years, and I know partners don't always see eye to eye. We went through extremely rough patches ourselves during the 30 years, but heck, we made it. I don't believe one should throw all the memories and a special bond under the bus just because life and the pandemic or financial strain or bad habits caused havoc in your life. As long as both of you are willing to work on the recovery, anything is possible. I've seen many relationships rescued over the years, and you can save yours too. If you believe your self-worth and value are low, there's room for growth. It's vital not only to educate yourself, but also to apply the knowledge you gathered. You already know so much. It's time to give yourself a command and to follow it.
Most days, your life feels like an uphill battle. You had all these dreams and ideas, and you sacrificed so much to chase after them, and now your most precious relationships are suffering. Your loved ones are losing trust in you, and your confidence is dwindling. Newsflash, been there, done that, and the scars still show. However, I took a step backward and took the time to regroup. I also took a deep and honest look at my mindset and attitude, and it changed my life and business. Discovering and eliminating the areas where self-sabotage has free rein in your affairs will turn your uphill battle into victory.
We gotta change the way we look at ourselves. For our circumstances to improve, we must change a few habits. If we change the habitual way we look at our demanding employer, our selfish partner, our unruly child or sickly friend, and horrible bank balance, the things you look at will change. Repeat this to yourself daily. I'm possible. How to overcome your past and let go of the hurt. Let go of your emotional burdens. Allow the universe to work it out on your behalf. Cast the responsibility away from you through your spoken word several times daily until you feel the release. Use this remedy. I'm living the divinely selected plan for my life. Therefore, I cast this hurtful burden away from me, allowing the universe to dissolve it. Only goodness follows me all the days of my life. Follow me if you desire to change your life. Did you know there's a law that governs what you earn? The law is called the law of compensation. The law states our compensation depends on three things: the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty in replacing you. This means you must check whether your business offers a service or a product that serves many people. Then you must become really good at what you do, so you can become irreplaceable. You know, I always say, we can either dedicate ourselves to what people think of us or dedicate ourselves to what we really want. What you think of yourself is what makes all the difference. Courses nowadays include a mindset section to remind you that you can achieve anything you put your mind to. Sadly, we tend to skip that part so that we can get to the strategy and the how-to parts of the course, which we hope will grow our business. That is where you have it wrong. If you do not create your success in the spiritual realm by using your higher faculties, your success will not manifest in the physical realm. Period. So you are unhappy in your relationship. You endured your partner's quirky habits. You tried ignoring it, but it's getting too much. Is your partner aware of your feelings, or have you suppressed your perspective while they are totally unaware of your true thoughts about their actions? Look, I applaud your patience, but not sharing your view and feelings is not helping you or your relationship. Be fair. Give your partner the best chance to succeed by being upfront about your likes and dislikes. Most of all, be fair to yourself. Stop suppressing. Suppression only leads to depression. One thing I realized on my journey during a time that I was spinning my wheels, feeling overworked, with little to nothing to show for it, was that I had to create the life and business I wanted, and that it did not require working hard or working super long hours. We often get caught up in the mechanics of the work, as we were conditioned to do. Fact is, our conditioning is faulty, but we can rectify it. Learning this changed my life. DM me. The day I decided to become a student for life, everything changed for me. I discovered if we are not growing, we are dying. Learning and actively applying what I learned daily transformed me and is transforming me as I speak. Listen, this I know. If you do not have a red-hot desire to change your life, you will quit along the way. If you expect something for nothing, you will never win. Decide what you want and pursue it until you get it.
These 6 tips will help you realize your goals. We all know we must set goals, right?
Do you feel frustrated because you don't know how to increase your monthly income? Are you tired of having too much month left at the end of your paycheck? Imagine if you could. Release the fear and anxiety of never having enough. Live the life of your dreams, having fulfilled your life's purpose. Shower your loved ones, church or charity with the financial support they need, just because you can. People from all walks of life are turning to performance coaching to improve their lives and business success. You simply cannot do it on your own. Just as a sports team or chess champion needs a coach to stand by and believe in them, so do you. If you want to become the champion of your life, Paradigm Life Coaching is ready to guide and support you in realizing your wildest dreams and desires. We provide the tools and guidance you need to improve your results and income easily and effortlessly. Whether you are an entrepreneur, a sales manager, a dentist, a college student, or a lonely housewife, we can help you unleash the hero within. It's time to reinvent yourself. ParadigmLifeCoaching.net